Hi, I'm Connie Cheren, and I'm excited to be partnering with LeadingAge Florida on this video series of how to be the best of the best. I really think that dining is something that really separates nursing facilities from, a good facility to an excellent facility, when people really focus on the dining experience. And what I call traditional dining, what I've seen a lot of is traditional dining. So it really starts with you can actually, when you tour a facility, you can actually look in the dining room and tell right away whether it's traditional or not. And people ask me, how do you know that? Well, when I look in the dining room and I don't see any dining room chairs, then I know that the residents are coming in their wheelchairs. And so traditional dining is when residents come to the dining room, they're pushed into their table. They have a hard time being up under the table, even if you make the table height high, because wheelchairs were not really in tables and dining. It's difficult, especially the type of wheelchairs that we're using in nursing homes. So you see most residents sitting in wheelchairs. The second thing that you notice is that residents are brought to the dining early, and so they're sitting there and nothing's happening. And I tell people, if you go to a restaurant and you just sit there and they don't give you anything, you get very restless after a very short period of time, so residents are just sitting there. Traditional dining is much more an experience of just getting people fed. It's just the act of getting the food and getting it to the resident, getting them fed, and moving them back into their rooms or into an activity. And that's really the way that traditional looks like. You have people that are sitting there just feeding the residents. You don't see much adaptive equipment. You see people served in a tray. All of their meal is served at the same time, from the drink to the coffee to the main meal to the salad to the soup. It's kind of like being given your meal service on an airplane. Everything comes to you at the same time on a tray. I've even seen when the dessert is ice cream, it's still served at the same time that the main meal is served. So it's really the act of being able to get people fed, and that's really traditional dining. You see people sitting, no matter what you want to call them. You can call them clothing protectors. Nobody calls them bibs anymore. They just call them clothing protectors. And you can ask every resident if they want one. But they're really terry towels. No matter what you call them, they're still terry towels. And when you look in the dining room, you'll see everybody has one on. The staff involved in traditional dining is usually just nursing. It's just the CNAs. The rest of the staff is having lunch at the same time that the residents are having lunch. And that's really kind of traditional dining. And you'll see it at different levels and different extremes, but that's what I refer to as traditional dining. Enhanced dining, I think, is one of the more exciting things in long-term care, because it's really where a facility can excel. They can look at great new ideas and innovative ideas. And some of the things that I've seen over the years are just very exciting, and all of these things are possible because I've seen them. First of all, when you go into the dining area, all the wheelchairs are parked outside, and people have walked to their dining room chair. The second thing that you notice is that they have a napkin, and they don't have a clothing protector, but they have a napkin. The third thing that you see in traditional dining, in enhanced dining, as soon as they sit down, they're giving something to eat. Either there's a bread basket on the table, or there's crackers, or they're served from a drink cart. You'll see that you'll see adaptive equipment. Enhanced dining is really an opportunity for a social experience. It's an opportunity for residents to come together, to interact with not only the residents, but with the staff. It should be something that's fun and that's the highlight of the day. It's an opportunity for residents to improve or even maintain their functioning ability, whether it's the ability to ambulate or the ability to eat independently because they've been given adaptive equipment. So in enhanced dining, all staff are involved. Dining is the most intense thing that happens in a facility. It's when all of the residents participate in something. And so it makes sense that all staff are involved. And there's a role for all staff. So from the nursing assistants being able to maybe do hand-over-hand dining with somebody because they're more dependent, from, you know, the person that has the drink cart. Maybe that's even the maintenance man. You know, I've seen facilities where the maintenance man serves as the maitre d' as people are coming in. They greet the residents. You know, you can have social services who are, you know, passing a drink cart. It's a great opportunity for social services to see every resident every day. If a resident's missing from the table, it's an opportunity for social services to say, why isn't this resident participating? So it gives a great opportunity. Therapist, you know, I've never understood why during mealtime therapists are taking their lunch. Because if each of the therapists, physical therapy, people will tell me people won't get out of their wheelchairs. Well, they will if it's part of their therapy. And if you say to residents, this is part of your therapy, so I'm going to come to the dining room and help you to transfer into that dining room chair. And you tell people when you leave the nursing home, you're going to be eating out. So we want to replicate that experience. If you're a rehabilitation patient, then it's important that they're replicating the experience that they'll have. So even occupational therapists have a role. It only takes, I tell people, if everybody just spends 10 to 15 minutes, it's like an orchestra. If everybody plays their part, it makes beautiful music. And at the end, it's a very nice experience for residents. And so really that's what I see as enhanced dining.